Hi, this is Bob Samuels, founder of TechConnectr. TechConnectr is a marketplace and campaign management platform of best-of-breed, account-based marketing lead gen solutions. We help marketers deliver highly targeted, quality leads for their sales teams. We've partnered with the B2B Marketing Exchange to bring you wisdom from leading account-based marketing thought leaders. To that end, I'm happy to introduce you to John Steinert, Chief Marketing Officer of TechTarget. TechTarget is an excellent resource for technology managers and decision makers as they research solutions for their companies. TechTarget's been able to synthesize the research patterns of their audience to provide actionable intelligence to technology solution providers to help them target their prospects' key decision makers at the right time in the buying cycle. John, it's a pleasure to speak with you. How are you today?
I'm great, Bob. Looking forward to seeing you again soon in Scottsdale.
It's one of my favorite events. It's just B2BMX has just been outstanding as far as the things you learn and the people you speak with, and it's just a great way to learn and have fun.
Yeah, I think in terms of what it delivers to practitioners is particularly useful because the organization behind it is not an analyst firm. They're not selling anything. This is really a peer-to-peer kind of exchange. And then as a vendor, we do a lot of listening and we make ourselves available. But we're quite gentle in our approach. And so it's a very sort of congenial atmosphere that I think the audience really values.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's wonderful. So TechTarget is a very impressive company to me, a leader in tech marketing. I think of it as a publisher, but it's really evolved to be more of an intelligence company. Can you explain how that evolution's happened?
Yeah, I'm sort of the poster boy of that whole transformation. This company is now in its 20th year and has been profitable for many of those 20 years. We're a public company. Anybody can study how we're doing. And we were built as a publisher based on a real aha that the internet is where people in our space, which is the enterprise tech space, will be going to satisfy their insatiable kind of need for information as the technology world exploded. So think of us as a company providing information to tech practitioners on the internet. And then where is the business in that? Well, the business initially was a simple advertising model, but it quickly turned into can we help tech vendors engage and convert those folks who are interested in particular technology solutions. Now, to do this at scale, we had to build an infrastructure that helped us understand what people wanted to read about, how they used it, so that we could better serve them the information that would keep them coming back. And that infrastructure enabled us to learn a whole lot about the audiences who come and visit our 150 plus different websites. And so as a natural part of the evolution, it became apparent and obvious to us that as tech marketing evolved, what tech vendors really were looking for was information about tech users and tech specifiers, so business people at customer companies, prospect companies. And since tech vendors wanted this information in the form of data, we then had to look at how do we provision the information in the form of data so that tech vendors could use it in their own marketing and sales systems and processes. So we had the infrastructure to track the data. We just had to develop the delivery mechanisms that could be ingested easily by tech marketers and tech salespeople. And over the past 5 years, that's become the real focus of our business, getting data about buyer behavior into the hands of actual practitioners at tech vendors.
Beautiful. So the intelligence itself is more valuable than just being able to put an ad in it, and it may be a combination, but it becomes a very valuable thing to the tech vendor.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's clearly beyond ads, right? That the ability to engage these buyers in their buyer's journey is what tech vendors want to do, and we can help them with that engagement in various executions that we do on their behalf. The big difference is that now companies have this capacity to pursue engagement on their own, and they want to, right? That's what marketers are doing. So the whole rise of CRM and then marketing automation is an enablement of companies on their own to do their own marketing. So they need us to scale more quickly, but they're also doing a ton of stuff on their own. So and that's all fueled by data. So they need the data.
Yes, and the other thing I like about it is that the data is really by, there's a permission aspect to it too. So the person that you're getting the data on is not only willing to let you share the information, but it's a feature. It gives them value because it gives them you put them in connection with solution providers who can help what they're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. So we were lucky, and I'd have to say the guys who started the company were smart when they understood that to build a business based on understanding and serving the needs of technology buyers, the business part, the monetization, would depend on having permission to do that. And so very early on, they implemented reg walls. There's still a free exchange of content, but the best content is only available behind a reg wall. And in that reg wall, there's explicit permission requested to share the user's data with tech vendors. And we have a list of the tech vendors who we can share this data with. So that explicit permission is very unusual, actually, in today's world, where you can scrape a lot of data for free off the internet. It's very expensive, but it is uniquely valuable today to companies in the context of things like GDPR. So our clients are often very concerned that they have permission to market to the people we identify for them. And they do. It's explicit. You can see it by visiting one of our websites and seeing what happens when the reg wall pops up.
Interesting. So I think that permission is quite a big distinction from a lot of the other quote unquote intent data out there, which is not permission based.
Yeah, it's absolutely, well, so most of the folks doing what their positioning is intent are doing it at the account level, so they don't need permission, but they're not providing individuals. So all the folks providing contact information have this challenge because they either have to get permission, let's say we're dealing with Europe now, they'd have to get permission or they can't sell the data. Or, and it exists for the folks who are doing lead gen as well. It has to be explicit. So it is a differentiator. We think it's a forward-looking differentiator, and the market really appreciates it.
So the information seems to be very powerful for companies that will want to use it for an account-based marketing outreach. So do you have any examples of some of the clients you've seen who've done a good job of it, or how do you recommend using the intent data for companies in their ABM programs?
So we have more than 1,300 clients of all different sizes, and all the clients that we do business with use intent data in some form. They either use it directly in their own systems, or we're executing things on their behalf. So if you take the giants, like IBM, Microsoft, Cisco, a lot of what they do is they have us do advertising for them in an account-based advertising methodology. And the way that works is we're going to serve ads against the specific company profile and individual profile that they recognize as buyers for their solutions. And the individuals they want those ads served against are individuals exhibiting particular types of behaviors. So for those very large clients who need and want to do advertising, they still want to be very efficient. They don't want to have to advertise to people who are not in a buyer's journey. Flip that around and talk about small companies who have no brand recognition. Let's say they're a disruptor in a particular industry within technology. They know they need to do advertising because otherwise nobody knows who they are, right? They have a huge awareness problem, but they don't have the money to do it broadly. So they really value our doing advertising on their behalf to small volumes of people who are in the market for their solution. So looking at the advertising use case, intent is used to target specific individuals at specific stages in identified buyers' journeys. Contrast that with if the client is using intent insights in their marketing automation. What they will do is they will define specific campaigns that they intend to do against segments. And what we will do is surface the people within that segment who are actually in a buyer's journey so that the campaign can be sure to address those people who are actually demonstrating purchase signals.
Beautiful. That's really cool. So down to the individual and in the right time and all that. So that's terrific.
Yeah.
So I understand you're going to be exhibiting at the B2BMX. What should people expect, or what types of people should be attending your booth or stopping by your booth?
So we want to help people. We want to be really pragmatic, and we want to help people solve issues with particular use cases. So now ABM is kind of an aggregate use case, but people come at it from different angles. So if they come to us to talk about ABM, that's awesome. We can talk all day about it. But where we want to get them to is, what specific issue are you trying to solve, and how can we help you do that in a way that's more productive for you than what you've experienced in the past? So come to us, talk to us about ABM, bring the use case that you are particularly most interested in or struggling with the most, and let's dive in deep to solve that use case. The flip side of that is,
rather than putting a label on it, whether it's ABM or not, it's really about increasing business and being smarter with their outreach.
We want to be super pragmatic and solve client problems. We don't want to be too abstract because we don't think that's going to serve them in the near term. We can abstract to the long term. Where are you going with ABM, and how can we build out the pathway with you to get there most successfully? But we think that the thing that matters most to people right now is the thing that's causing them heartbreak right now.
Makes sense. Beautiful. So I appreciate your time. So is there anything I've forgotten to ask you? Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you there.
Oh, no, it will be fun. I think we've covered it at a high level. We'll be demonstrating our flagship offering, which is this portal into the intent data, so you can experience it. you can see very specific use cases. For example, how we can identify the people who come into your website for you, and then together we can influence and engage them. We can show you how the solution works to help you use advertising to promote your strategy. We can show you how you can read the rollout of your strategy with respect to how users inside your company are deploying the data. And we can show you how it's actually impacting your pipeline. So these are all things that marketers value at various sort of levels of authority and abstraction. So we can take you from, let's solve your current use case, let's help you monitor the progress of your strategy, let's help you understand your market, to a very high level of abstraction. We'll take everybody through that, and we think we'll have a lot of fun.
Beautiful. Well, I recommend everybody stop by your booth at the B2BMX. I certainly will. And John, it's a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you at the event.
Thanks so much, Bob. See you soon.
Thank you.